Personal finance does not need to be complicated. Most people think money is confusing because there are too many opinions. One person says save more. Another says invest more. Another says start a business. Another says buy this asset. Another says avoid that asset. And after hearing too much advice, many beginners feel stuck. But the truth is, most personal finance comes down to a few simple rules. These rules are not magic. They will not make you rich overnight. But if you understand them and practice them consistently, they can help you avoid many common money mistakes. They can help you build better habits. They can help you become more confident with your money. And over time, they can help you build wealth slowly and realistically. Before we go deeper, remember that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Everyone's financial situation is different, so always make decisions based on your own goals, income, risk tolerance, and personal circumstances. Now let's go through 10 money rules everyone should know. Rule number 1. Spend less than you earn. This is the foundation of personal finance. It sounds simple, but it is not always easy. If more money leaves your life than enters it, building wealth becomes almost impossible. It does not matter how much you earn if your spending always rises faster. Someone can earn a high income and still feel broke if their lifestyle consumes everything. A bigger paycheck can disappear into a bigger apartment, a bigger car payment, more subscriptions, more eating out, more shopping, and more expensive habits. This is why income alone does not guarantee wealth. Wealth begins when there is a gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is where savings happen. That gap is where investing happens. That gap is where debt gets paid down. That gap is where financial freedom begins. If there is no gap, there is no progress. So the first rule is not about becoming cheap. It is about creating space. Spend less than you earn so your money has room to work for your future. Rule number 2. Pay yourself first. Most people save money backwards. They get paid. They pay bills. They spend throughout the month. Then they try to save whatever is left. But usually nothing is left. Paying yourself first means saving or investing before you spend. When money comes in, a portion goes toward your future immediately. Emergency fund, investing, retirement, debt payoff, long-term goals. This changes everything because saving becomes part of the system instead of a leftover. You do not wait for motivation. You do not wait for the perfect month. You do not hope there will be money left later. You make your future a priority first. Even if the amount is small, the habit matters. 5%, 10%, a fixed amount every week. Whatever you can repeat. The goal is to build the identity of someone who pays their future self first. Rule number 3. Avoid high-interest debt. Debt can be one of the biggest obstacles to building wealth, especially high-interest consumer debt, credit cards, expensive personal loans. Buy now, pay later balances. Debt that grows faster than you can comfortably repay. The problem with high-interest debt is that it works against you. When you invest, compound growth can help you. But when you carry high-interest debt, compounding can hurt you. The balance grows. The interest grows. The payments continue. And your future income becomes trapped by past spending. This does not mean every debt is exactly the same. Some debt may be used strategically in certain situations. But high-interest consumer debt is dangerous because it can quietly steal your financial progress. Before trying to build wealth aggressively, it often makes sense to control the debt that is pulling you backward. A simple rule is this: if the interest is high and the debt is not helping you build real value, be very careful. Because the money you use to pay interest is money that cannot be saved, invested, or used for freedom. Rule number 4. Build an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. An emergency fund protects you when something goes wrong. A medical bill, car repair, a job loss, an urgent home repair, an unexpected expense. Without an emergency fund, one surprise can become debt. But with an emergency fund, you have a buffer. You have time. You have breathing room. You have options. And options are powerful. An emergency fund does not need to be perfect on day one. If you are starting from zero, start small. $500, $1,000. 1 month of basic expenses. Then build toward 3 to 6 months of essential expenses over time. Keep it safe. Keep it separate. Keep it accessible. Do not invest your emergency fund in risky assets. Emergency money is not for growth. It is for protection. And protection is part of building wealth. Because if you cannot protect your progress, it becomes harder to grow. Rule number 5. Invest for the long term. Saving protects your money. Investing helps it grow. If you only save and never invest, your money may feel safe, but inflation can reduce its buying power over time. Prices usually rise over the years. The same amount of money may buy less in the future. That is why investing matters. Investing gives your money a chance to grow through ownership, returns, dividends, and compound growth. But the key phrase is long-term. Trying to get rich quickly often leads to bad decisions. Chasing hot trends. Buying because everyone is excited. Selling because the market drops. Jumping from one idea to another. Long-term investing requires patience. Markets go up. Markets go down. Some years feel exciting. Some years feel stressful. But if your goal is long-term wealth, you need to think in years and decades, not days and weeks. You do not need to predict every market move. You need a plan you can stay with. Rule number 6. Do not chase hype. Hype is dangerous because it makes risk feel exciting. When everyone is talking about the same investment, the fear of missing out can become strong. You see people online talking about huge gains. You hear stories about quick profits. You start thinking, maybe I should get in before it is too late. But popularity does not equal safety. Excitement does not equal value. And a rising price does not mean something is a good decision for you. Many beginners lose money not because they are unintelligent, but because they react emotionally. They buy after something has already gone up. Then when it drops, they panic and sell. This is not investing with a plan. This is chasing emotion. A better rule is simple. Understand what you buy. Know why you are buying it. Know the risks. Know how it fits your goals. If you cannot explain it simply, you may not be ready to put money into it. Rule number 7. Keep fees low. Fees may look small, but over time they can make a big difference. A 1% fee may not sound like much. A 2% fee may not feel dramatic. But over many years, fees can reduce your returns and slow your progress. This is especially important for long-term investors. Because when money compounds, costs compound too. Expense ratios, account fees, trading costs, management fees, unnecessary charges. All of these can quietly take money from your future. This does not mean the cheapest option is always the best option. But it does mean you should understand what you are paying. Ask yourself, what is the fee? What am I getting for that fee? Is there a lower cost alternative? Does this cost make sense for my goals? Keeping fees low is not exciting, but it is powerful. Because every dollar you do not lose to unnecessary fees is a dollar that can keep working for you. Rule number 8. Diversify. Do not put everything into one stock, one company, one idea, one asset, or one trend. Diversification means spreading your money across different investments so that one bad outcome does not destroy your entire plan. It does not remove risk completely, but it can reduce the damage of being wrong about one thing. Beginners often make the mistake of going all in. They believe strongly in one company, one trend, one prediction, one opportunity, and maybe they are right, but maybe they are wrong. Even smart people can be wrong. Even strong companies can struggle. Even popular investments can fall. Diversification is a way of respecting uncertainty. It says, I do not need to predict everything perfectly. For many beginners, diversified funds such as broad index funds or ETFs are easier to understand than trying to pick individual winners. The goal is not to own everything randomly. The goal is to avoid depending on one single outcome. Rule number 9. Increase your income over time. Saving money matters. Budgeting matters. Cutting waste matters. But there is a limit to how much you can cut. You can only reduce expenses so far. At some point, growing your income can make your financial journey easier. This could mean improving your skills, changing jobs, negotiating pay, starting a side project, building a business, learning a higher value skill, becoming more useful in the market. Increasing income does not automatically build wealth. If spending increases just as fast, nothing changes. But if you combine higher income with better habits, progress can speed up. More income plus poor habits can still create stress. But more income plus discipline can create opportunity. So do not only ask, how can I spend less? Also ask, how can I become more valuable? Because your earning power is one of your strongest financial tools. Rule number 10. Stay consistent. This is the rule that connects everything. A budget only works if you keep using it. Saving only works if you keep saving. Investing only works if you stay patient. Debt payoff only works if you keep making progress. Most people do not fail because personal finance is impossible. They fail because they stop too early. They start budgeting, then quit after one bad month. They start saving, then spend it all after one impulse. They start investing, then panic when the market drops. They start learning, then get distracted by something easier. Consistency is not about being perfect. It is about returning to the plan. You will make mistakes. You will overspend sometimes. You will have difficult months. You will have unexpected expenses. You will feel impatient. That is normal. The key is to keep going. One bad month does not destroy your future. Quitting completely is what creates the real problem. So build systems that make consistency easier. Automate savings. Automate investing if it fits your plan. Review your budget monthly. Keep your goals visible. Remove temptations when possible. Make the good habit easier than the bad habit. Because wealth is usually not built by one dramatic move. It is built by simple habits repeated for a long time. Now let's quickly recap the 10 money rules. Spend less than you earn. Pay yourself first. Avoid high-interest debt. Build an emergency fund. Invest for the long term. Do not chase hype. Keep fees low. Diversify. Increase your income over time. And stay consistent. None of these rules are complicated. But simple does not mean easy. The challenge is not knowing the rules. The challenge is applying them when life gets busy, emotional, stressful, or tempting. That is why habits matter. You do not need to master everything overnight. Start with one rule. Maybe this month you track your spending. Maybe next month you build a small emergency fund. Maybe after that you start learning about investing. Maybe you cancel one unnecessary fee. Maybe you create one automatic savings transfer. Small steps matter. Because small steps repeated over time become real progress. Personal finance is not about looking rich. It is about becoming stronger, more prepared, more patient, more intentional, more free. And that happens one habit at a time. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's built by habit. If this video helped you, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more simple videos about money habits, investing, and long-term wealth.